Saturday in the morning, police responded to a traffic accident on the Belize Corozal Road in just on the outskirts of Corozal town, where they encounter an American male individual. He was taken to the Corozal Community Hospital, where he received medical treatment, and there the police learned that his wife has been murdered. Um, Police eventually detained him, and he was taken to the Corozal police station while police had gone to his home in Libertad to investigate. Upon police arrival there, the lifeless body of his wife was found inside the home, and police also found a shallow grave that was being dug, and believe it was dug with the intent of disposing of the body of his wife. He eventually told the police that someone had gone into the home and killed his wife, and he was trying to bury the body instead of reporting it to the police. Nonetheless, the police did not buy that story. All indications were that he was the one who actually killed his wife. If a matter of fact, there was some collaboration from a family friend of the wife, whom were notified by the wife's parents that something was going on at the house between the two, and the family friend was summoned to go to the house to secure the safety of the child, which the family friend eventually did. So the investigation were ongoing, and this morning the police went to clean the cell block, and the male prisoner was still in custody, alive and well. And police eventually left to go and retrieve the prisoner food, and returned 10 minutes later. Upon their return, they found him hanging from the bar of the cell with his long pants that he was wearing at the particular time. And so we're currently dealing with that matter now as a case of suicide.
What have officers said about his state of mind, or apparent state of mind?
Well, from what I am getting, there was nothing to indicate that he would have committed suicide. But part of the protocol that we normally do is to make sure that whenever we have a prisoner in custody, whether there is signs of them wanting to commit suicide or not, we would normally take away items from them that we believe they can use to commit suicide. So like a shoelace, a belt, or anything of that sort. But we cannot go to the extent of removing a person's clothing. That would be tantamount to cruel and inhumane treatment. So that extent we normally go to.
Have the police been able to speak to maybe of the residents or any of their family members to find out whether it was a history of domestic violence or whether there was any troubles in this relationship?
Well, like I said, the police spoke to a family friend who got a call from the family of the female, the wife, who told this family friend certain things, and that information has been communicated to the police, and it's a part of the investigation.
Was there any history? Had she made any prior report?
At this time, I can say no.
A child was also in the house, we understand, an infant?
Yeah, the child was secured by the family friend who was called by the wife relatives from the States. So I think that child has been turned over to social, and while we try to work through the U.S. Embassy to see if there is going to be any family member of the wife who would come to claim the child.
Isn't it factual, however, that he had already tried to harm himself by getting into the accident, which, as I understand it, was a deliberate act on his part?
Well, I can't say if the accidents were deliberate on his part. And again, he was in custody from Friday, and he didn't try or attempted to have committed suicide. So I can't say. No.